Let's move to the story Cinderella. It is a famous fairy tale written by French writer named Charles Perrault. It is the story of a young beautiful girl who was tortured by her stepmother and stepsisters. Let's read the story. Before read, see some questions are given in the story. That is the introductory part of our story. Cinderella. Who does all the work at home? What kind of work do you do? Imagine that you have to do all the household work alone. How will it be? Or try to think of such a girl who does all domestic work without having proper food, clothing, etc. Read the story of such a girl. Keep all these questions in your mind and listen the story. While I read, you also can read the first part silently. Okay, let's read. The Cinder Girl. Once upon a time, there was a rich man who lived happily with his wife and daughter. One day, his wife fell sick. When she felt that her end was drawing near, she called her only daughter near her and said, "Dear child, be good and pious, and God will always take care of you. I will look upon you from heaven and will be with you." And then she closed her eyes forever. The maiden went every day to her mother's grave and wept and remained pious and good. When winter came, the snow covered the grave with a white covering. Then the sun came in the early spring and melted it away. Soon Cinderella's father married again. The new wife was a proud and unkind woman. Dear children, as we know, the main character of the story is Cinderella. Cinderella's father was a rich man and they lived happily. Can you name the members in her family? Yes, her father and her mother and she herself. One day, her mom fell into sick. When she knew her death was near, she called Cinderella and gave her an advice. What was the advice? See, this is the picture you can see. She wants to give her advice. Her mum is on the bed and she called Cinderella and gave her an advance. Sorry, an advice. What is the advice he given? She give, "Dear child, be good and pious, and God will always take care of you. I will look upon you from heaven and will be with you." She told her daughter that she should be pious. Pious means showing respect for God and be good. Then God will take care of her. Then she will be watching over her from the heaven. After telling these advice, she closed her eyes forever, which means she died. Then Cinderella used to go to the mother's grave or tomb and cried. Then, after a few months, the winter came and the grave covered with the snows. And after some times, what happened? The spring season came. The sun melted the snow away from the tomb, which means years passed. Then her father got married and another woman who was unkind and pious. Let's see the second paragraph. The new wife brought her two daughters along with her. Though they were beautiful and fair in appearance, at heart they were wicked and ugly. And then began the evil times for the poor girl. "Is the stupid creature to sit in the same room with us?" asked they. "Those who eat food must earn it. She is nothing but a kitchen maid." They took away her pretty dresses and forced her to put on an old grey one. They also gave her wooden shoes to wear. The stepsisters laughed at her and sent her to the kitchen. There she was made to do heavy work from morning to night. Get up early in the morning, draw water, make the fire, cook and wash. In the evenings, she was quite tired after the day's hard work. As she had no bed to lie upon, she had to rest on the hearth among the cinders. She always looked dusty and dirty as she slept in the cinders. So they named her Cinderella. See, the new wife brought her two daughters along with her. They were very pretty and fair in appearance, but they were very wicked and ugly in their heart, and they used to find time to torture Cinderella. They didn't allow Cinderella to sit with them and put her into the kitchen. She had to sit and sleep in the kitchen, and she was made as their servant. They took her costly dresses and shoes. They made a wooden slipper for Cinderella. Cinderella has to work hard from morning to night. See, what are the works they imposed upon her? Yeah, she has to get up early in the morning. She has to cook. She has to draw the water, find the wooden fires, everything. Okay, all these works she was doing. After the work, she became very tired. There was no bed for her to sleep. She has to sleep on the cinders. Cinders means black small pieces of burnt materials, that is the firewood and all. She looked always dirty and dusty, so they called her Cinderella. Okay, dear children, this is the end of the first part of the story Cinderella. I hope you understood the story well. Read the story two times in front of your parents and get signed with the date. Once school reopens, I will check your textbook. I should see the with the date that sign I should see. Okay, I will give you one assignment. Here are some questions. First one, what advice did the dying mother give her daughter? Second one, what happened to the mother's grave when winter came? Third one, Cinderella was ill-treated by her stepmother and stepsisters. What could be the reason? Fourth one, why is Cinderella called so? We will meet again with a new topic, that is the magic begins in the next session. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.